Hey YouTube, welcome back to a new week of trading. Apple opened nicely. Nice gap up and follow through. But honestly, I'm looking for a pullback to enter on that. UAL, beautiful bar on all time frames. This has a lot of bearish momentum. Wow. Look at that on the 15. Triggering off of the 20. The pullback color change. Boom, boom. Nice. JPM, Disney. Disney just had this tail bar, but seems to be rejecting. Think we go 3 lots on there. I mean, that's an elephant bar for sure. We'll have a max loss below here. 33 cents on each lot, which will be 85.21. Our stock could be 85.21. Plus 3 at 85.54. Max stop below 200 at 85.21. It's a pretty good location to go long, in my opinion. Off this 200, surging off of this 200, off this 20, off this 20, as well as, I mean, not this bar, but it's continuing that green. So let's wait for 3 bars. Damn. That's kind of scary. The way that's getting wiped out. This thing was such a good bar. Why is it getting wiped out like that? If this whole thing wipes out, I'm gonna take 2 lots off because that is pretty violent and immediate reversal, which is kind of scary. Like, this bar at the top was even bigger than this bar, which showed strength at the beginning, and now it's just giving up everything. So we'll see. I'm gonna take 2 off though. If I break even, if it is able to take that bar off. That's crazy. That thing's huge. $54, I'll take 2 lots off. And I'll probably wait for the break at the 8 MA or 20 MA. So like middle of this bar to take the last lot off. Being so violent. I'm giving it a last chance to hold this 20 as well as this 8 on the last lot. If we could do that, I'll add on this if the color changes. But man, this thing was violent. Alright, looks like I'm adding them back on. Adding back on that tail bar because it does seem to be holding the 20. The average price is now 85.66. 3 lots. So my max loss is at 34. $85.34. If it gives me dual tails, I'll add again here. Move the stop up here. But right now I have about a max loss stop somewhere there. 30-ish cents down. $47. $48. It's giving me dual tails, which I like, so getting ready to add. Start adding here. 69. 16. I could risk 16 cents. I'm a bit over risked right now. Should have been a 2-lot ad. $85.69. Max loss is about 16 cents a lot. So I'm gonna get out at 53. Yeah, I don't know why this thing is retracing so heavy. It should be following through. After that type of bar, probably gonna have to look to get out at 53. Ideally that holds. If it doesn't, then shit. Look to get out. Hopefully this is testing off of that 8 MA right now. If it could catch on the 8 and go, that'd be very nice. Another tail off the 8 MA. And if this could confirm and trade above 81, that'd be even better. Update y'all what comes. Yo, it's not looking too hot. 53, I'm gonna look to get out. That bar is way too violent, bro. It's not following through. -6. Unless I should have had my stop at 48. because of my heavy ad. Let's see if my heavy ad played me, because my stop really should have been below this 48. It's like a couple cents apart. I don't know if that makes a difference. This bar already seems heavy. Let's see if it takes out 48 or even breaks the 20 right now. This thing keeps going back and forth. Back and forth and back and forth. Trying to see if this thing triggers again here. It's still at the 20 where it could trigger a 180 right here at like 75. With the stop at 50, that's 4 lots. Or does it drop through? Thing looks like it's dropping through. I don't think that bar is violent enough to reverse, but I already see within this tail bar wasn't able to follow through. I don't like the look of this. It's not trending. This is nice, but I'd like a pullback maybe halfway. Would be nice on that. Square. Oh yeah, square was the one with the nice 15-minute triggering right off that 20. This thing should follow through. See if we could get a 2-minute ad around 52.40s. This thing might go, bruh. It might. And I probably should have, like I said, added enough to where my stop is at 1 cent below 49, so 48. Because this honestly has a good chance of going. This bar is nice. Baba. Oh, this is nice. AXP. I did see this. Violence into the 200. No bounce. Technically, this is your bounce right here, but buy here, add here, take profit at this 200. This thing is dropping way through that 20. So I would look for the whole number in this 200 and that 200. Okay, this busted through. There was a couple clean looking ones. UL, if this thing pulls back to like the whole number, I would like to get an ad there. 20 drop, get an ad at the whole number. Square also looks good to short. Pull back to the 20. And then I think AMD, this bar, honestly, man, this bar, I think should have been bigger. I mean, not bigger, but should have gotten better follow through. I don't know what all of this is. Plus, it just got wiped out by this, so it's not as clean. AXP is just dropping down to this, man. So I'm gonna look for Square and UAL. Hope I get a tiny bar right now. Ideally this thing would have stayed below 50%. But we'll see. UL looks like it's having a better pullback. This one seemed kind of sharp. See, this bar looked kind of violent, to be honest. Whereas this bar just looks like a normal bar. Guys, I think I'm gonna implement a new risk management plan. So if typically what I find is that my biggest winning days, the winning trade comes like right away. It's my first trade. It's the first trade of the day. I get a big win. I capture the win immediately. So with that in mind, I was thinking, if my first trade is not the big win and it's a loss, for example, like today, I'll reduce my risk in half and take 2 more trades with half a risk unit, 50 and 50. If I win the second one, I'll go back to the $100 risk unit, but if I lose again, then the third one will be a risk unit of 50. So if it's all losses, it's going to be 150-50. But if I lose the first one 100, the second one's going to 50, and I win on that one, then the third one I'll go back to winning 100. So that's the plan. So it's basically like every time I win, I give myself more space to trade because I have more cushion. But every time I lose, I reduce the risk. I cut that down significantly. Looks like Square isn't setting up, so we'll just look at UAL. Back at this 8, back at this 20. Kind of a deep pullback, to be honest. Apple could also potentially trigger something nice here. If it could stay above this 200 while this 8 and 20 catch up, that'd be nice. And then also, if my first trade of the day is winning, and typically it'll be a big winner, this is typically how it goes, then the second trade I'll up my risk because I have more cushion to double the risk unit. So 200. If I win on that, I stay at 200. But if I take a loss, then I give myself one more chance for the day with the $100 risk unit. So it's like every time I win, I either double the risk unit, or every time I lose, I reduce the risk unit in half. This is a 14-cent bar, maybe 15 cent. In at 16. Alright, 6 lots. 6 lots at the whole number. 6 lots at 45. Or you know what? I'm going to implement the plan today. So it's going to be 3 lots at 45. Just waiting, seeing if this thing triggers. So since I lost the first trade, I'll go half a risk unit on this one. See how it works out. And I got to be patient and wait until this either sets up or breaks the 20. Because I've missed out on so many setups by not waiting. And then if I win, I'm back up to the $100 risk unit. If I lose, then we're staying at the $50 risk unit. This is getting questionable. The 15 shouldn't have retraced this much. It should have stayed below 50%. Ideally, I wanted it to hold the whole number and I trade under that. This is trading above now. Trade is invalidated. Apple might have a nice trade right now. Okay, if this triggers, I'll wait for the next one. I want to see a trade down and pull back. I'll get the first ad on this second leg, if that's what it wants to do. Merc, this is nice. Higher time frame comes. Seems kind of messy. Disney looks like it's holding this 20. Damn, CVX drop big time. Big old violent drop. Got the bounce. Adding at the third and halfway mark with the stop above here. Drop. Tail bar holding. Add. Move your stop there. That would have paid. Baba. Oh, this looks good on Baba. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, triggered. $30 in at 16. 30 in at 16. If this thing triggers this color change, I'll put on 3 lots. Gotta fill in this gap, because this gap really looks like this. Drop, drop, drop. Now the 20's caught up, the 8's caught up. So let's see what happens. $30 in at 16, 14-cent bar. I'll put 3 lots on at 16 on the color change. And I think I should limit myself because I've been trading way too much. It's just kind of mentally fatiguing, to be honest. Hasn't triggered. This could potentially trigger on the 5-minute. 5-minute gap. This filled in about 50%. This thing needs to trigger under 16, but it's already trading up. UAL is now coming back below. Looks like it's holding this 8, but it's getting messy. So I would like it to drop a little and give me another color change, and then I'll join the trend. Anything with potential. XP was real nice. So the way you would have entered on this, I mean, you got violence on this bar you're entering here with the stop here. You could probably go light and anticipate bounce. This one you didn't get a bounce though, so it's whatever. Technically your first bounce comes here, so you can add on the color change. And this thing has been dropping ever since. Triggered. Could potentially put 1 lot on this one. Technically this already triggered here, as you could tell, right here on this one. Let's see if we could get. I don't like this. It's kind of messy. Yeah, I'm not gonna take this, because if I take it here, I'll have to trade back into this overhead 200. Square. So Square did what I wanted it to do. Drop below, and then if it gives me a color change below, I'll look to add on that. So it's able to take this out. Entry here, stop here. So entry at 17, stop at 38. 38 minus 17. 2 lots on that. If it triggers. It's trading back above it again. He needs to go in this bar. Come on, buddy. Put 2 lots on at 6.17. Come on, Brody. It's also holding that 5-minute 8, which looks pretty good. 38 minus 22. I just put 3 lots on that, triggering under the low. Triggering under this bar's low. Did it? May have been a bit early there. Max loss 16 cents on 22. I could have my stop at 38, which is perfectly above this. It's 50-cent risk. This bar triggers a tail bar off the 8. Red bar reversal. Technically, I didn't wait for this color change because this bar closed below the 20, giving me a red bar reversal. So I was looking for, as soon as price started trading underneath, I could enter. Now I entered a bit earlier, but then price did end up trading a bit underneath. So just waiting for follow through. $38 minus 22, 16 cents. So again, I'm risking 50 cents on this, or 50 bucks. I'll be back, y'all. I'm gonna go get some water, but I'm gonna be patient. I'm not moving my stop until I have profit taking rights. In this case, let's talk about it. This, if you look at it, the halfway mark is probably here. So this thing pulled back a bit deeper, maybe to like 75% even. So because it pulled back so far, I'm not gonna expect a new low. I would like it to get back to the old low at least, and once it gets back to here, I'll have profit taking rights, and then I'll move my stop to break even. Y'all, see, that's the thing with this, is this is sloppy. This should have followed through. But now look, if you look at it, violence, drop, struggles a bit on the 20. But if you look at this, this actually holds about 50% of this leg. Unless I'm having the wrong vision. Do you see what I mean? Boom, boom, split in half, boom. This might be holding the leg to go up. And it's breaking the 20 when it should have followed through. But on Friday, when I moved my stop on this 20 MA break, this 5-minute 20 came back up and retested it, and it dropped. So I guess we hold. Damn, that thing's beautiful. Dropped through that 200, dropping through that 20. A thing of beauty. Baba looks like it's actually going up. Disney with some bearish momentum. JPM possibly setting up on this 15 minute for a short. Also at this location to drop. But the 2 minute has gone in an uptrend. Man, this 20 is not sloping down enough to save us. Like, I feel like if this thing pops up, we're dead. I mean, if the 20 was sloping down more, we'd be okay, and our stop would be below. Like, if the 20 was here, and our stop is up here, we'd be okay, but UAL did what I wanted it to do finally. Couldn't drop below. Now it dropped below. See, it's a bit messy here, but your first color change below is here, technically. Disney actually has some pretty good momentum now to the downside. So we could look to make some money on that. This thing was above the 20, breaks below. Normally it comes back for a 20 MA halt, but this 8 MA is declining, so it might catch that 8 MA first, which ideally aligns with this 200, and this 20 hopefully falls down by that time. We could get an ad there, potentially. Apple, I mean, the look on Apple is bullish, but like it's kind of sloppily doing it. If I took this trade, it's trading right into the 20 or 8, and you see it struggle a little bit. Overall, it's going up. UL Square. Yeah, I don't know about Square. S-Bucks, however. Boom. Drop. This just had a tail bar. Off of that 20. Could that trigger? $73 minus 58. It's a 3-lotter at 73. The trend is not as clean, and this pullback is not clean at all. I like the pullbacks to be clean as well. Like this, for example. Pullback, pullback, pullback. You know, so that when it actually triggers, it triggers. AXP. Let's see how we would have played this. 2 lots into the violence. I don't even know if we could have afforded 2 lots. 63.50 with a stop at the whole number, maybe 164. That's 50 cents a lot. Wait for the bounce. No bounce comes, so wait for the first color change. First color change comes here. Add 1 lot, maybe 2. At 62.90s, your stock could be 50 cents up at 40. So you have it right at the 20 or 200, above the 200. So you got 4 lots chilling on this thing. Drop, drop, drop. I mean, as you can tell, it's not even respecting the 8. Or the 20 is not relevant, but the 8. So this, you would be trailing the 8, and you would still be in the trade on all lots. You don't go bar by bar on this because it's grinding, it's trending. But a potential break coming. But by now you probably locked in this 20 up here. So just look at that difference from 62.90, 63.50 even. Let's just say the whole number 163. You locked in 161.50. So that's $1.50 on 4 lots, bro. $600, which is pretty nuts. It's about to break the 8, so you're probably looking to get out soon. The trade's about to be over, but that was a nice trade. If the trade isn't there, I'm not gonna take the trade, bro. Only put on the 8 when it's relevant. JPM. See, JPM did trigger. This leg is pretty solid. Split it in half. Then it triggered, then it triggered, then it triggered. This technically triggered. But on the higher time frame, you're going into this 20, this 200, this 8 MA. So I don't know what to believe. Square damn near stopped us out. Let's see if it can hold. And I remember last week is exactly what happened. Is it got messy, right? I stopped and reversed for whatever reason as soon as it broke the 20. Next thing you know, if I had just held my original stop on the 5 minute, if you zoom out and look at the 5 minute, what this actually was is a pullback to the 8. Fails to follow through with it, retraces to the 20, which is it's at right now, and then it drops. So let's see if we get that same scenario. And also on the 15 minute, this is looking pretty bearish. So the only thing here is it needs to actually trigger and go down, which it's kind of struggling to do. So alright, y'all, it's the moment of truth is coming. I probably want this 20 to drop down a bit further, and 1 more bar into this 8, so I get 3 bars, and then the 4th bar trigger, ideally. That's what I would want. So I'll be back if there's any updates, yo. Yo, I was just chilling, came back, looks like we are finally at 1-to-1. It's looking good to drop on the 15 and the 5. So good on us for sticking through with the plan, because we never actually got any sort of right to take profit really. So waiting on it to drop down here, or potentially I could move my stop when and if it does drop. The 20 drops, comes back, holds, gives another event, and I'll just pivot trail. If it puts in a pivot, basically, so I'll move it to the pivot. We'll be back. Disney is also setting up exactly how I wanted to. Technically this triggered right here, but I'll probably wait for this 5-minute to get off the 5-minute. So stop will be at 37, entry at 22, which is a 15-cent 3-lotter. That's a 3-lotter for us on there. The brick. So just wait 10 more seconds and I'll probably put 3 lots on at 22. Three lots on at 22. Just waiting. I saw 22 there for a second. So my stop is above at 37. This triggers at 07, then the trigger triggers at 13, then the trigger triggers at 22. Did trigger. So Disney -3 at 85.23. It's a tail bar off the rising 8 or declining 8 after a pullback. Event stop at 85.37. Which is about 15 cents, a lot. We'll let that do its thing. Be back, y'all. Yo, so we do have about 2 to 1 on this trade. The price has yet to make a pivot or anything like that. I don't know where I count the new low from. Technically, if you look at it, look, boom, right? This could be the new low, but also this could be the new low, which it did get the new low. It's trading down here. So technically I could move to break even if I'm counting it off of this, but I don't know what to count it off of. It's trading below 52. I mean, ideally, if it does pull back, it holds under 52. So if I do move my stop, it's going to be chilling above the 20 MA. But yeah, stick to my word and wait for that. Wait for a pullback, because now it's actually trending. And Disney played out how he wanted it to. Got the break below. Comes back for a retest. catches on the declining 8 first. So that's our entry right there with the stop over the top, which also happens to be here basically, or maybe a bit lower here with the stop above here. We could have had a more refined entry on the 2-minute, but the 200 is there. So just waiting on that as well. Be back for any updates. So I drew a break-even line right there. Best case scenario for this thing is for price to treat prior support as resistance. The best case is this 20 keeps dropping as well, and then price needs to trade under that whole number, under 52. Otherwise, it's not going to look too good. So I need to see price drop. This I can't do much about. If it gets under this, then I could already move to break even. This low right here. So if I could do that, I'll move my stop to break even. In fact, I might get an ad right now. I'll add another $50 of risk if my stop could be at 22. See where the 8 MA is on this chart. Yeah, it's there, but it's a bit messy. So this is the first color change. So this is questionable because it's right into the 200. This is also a bit questionable, but this one is decent because now your entry is below. So if you enter here and you have your stop over the pivot, it's a valid trade. Entering where there's like no obstacles in the way and your stop is above a pivot. So maybe look for ads now. By now, I'm sure that AXP broke the 8. It's probably 8's probably going sideways now. Yeah, probably get out right there. It seems that this thing may have triggered off of the 8. If it closes below this low, right here, if it closes below that low in a 2-bar sequence, 2-bar manner, then yeah, move my stop to break even. I shouldn't be losing money on this. Yo, so we got a pretty nice close. I see no reason for us to lose money now. This definitely put in a pivot here. So my stop could even go over the top here, locking in some money. But at the bare minimum, this should not be a losing trade. So break even for now. Sit back and see what it does. I did miss the ad. I was waiting for it to pull back to the 20, but it's like a one more bar and then drop. But it seems to be respecting the 8. So hopefully we can get a 8 train going parallel. Just let that thing run. Yeah. I think I'll even lock in this pivot, to be honest, because what constitutes a pivot is pullback, it drops at least back to 80%. This dropped 100%, closing below. And the 20 is trailing right behind, so I'm gonna lock in 52.10 on the pivot. So technically break even first. Now moving to the pivot. Yeah, 52.10. It should hold. This bar is kind of sus because I wanted that 2-bar break. Technically, I did not get that 2-bar break because 2-bar break price would have traded below 78. Did it ever trigger 77? It didn't. And now this random bar here, it's just suspicious, so it needs to trade lower. Disney is also going. We just got that new low, so we should not be losing money on this trade either. On the 5-minute, we didn't get the new low yet. It poked below, but price is dropping. I don't know if I want to lock in the whole number yet or the break even because it's gonna come right before this 200, and if this thing is able to pop up and just take me out right before the 200, I'll be pretty devastated. Stopping out at like a dumb location. So if it breaks above this, then I'll just stop out. Ideally it drops though. This is the second time Square is looking to hold that 8. And it's yet to trigger. If it triggers under 80, I might get an add-on. First time it held here. Second time could potentially be here and start an 8 MA grind on the 2-minute. I'd probably want my stop around the whole number still, just in case it pops up. But if this triggers under 80, I might take it. Otherwise, I'm gonna just leave my stop where it is. 2 lots at 80 maybe. Really, if it was another trade and I don't have this trade on, if I enter like this trade would need an event stop, not a stop all the way up here. That's how it normally goes. I like the look of the 5 as well. It's cleaner than this 2-minute. So if it could pull one more bar back and then trigger right at this 8, that'd be perfect too. But let's see. If it triggers at 80 right now, I might just take it. But the 8 is kind of going flat. I don't like that. $83. Add on 83 because this bar right now is the signal bar. The most recent bar that just closed right here is the new signal bar. Because this one, if it triggered, is under 77 or under 78. This one is under 78. This one's under 81. This one's under 84. And this got 82. So added 2 lots there at 51.82. So now I have 5 lots at an average price of 52.06. And I'll just move my stop to break even. Typically when I add here, what you do is you use the event stop. So I could really lock in this, to be honest, over the top, but I want to have the 20 here helping me and this 8 here helping me as well. I don't want to be too tight. So 52.06 it is. Yeah, break even. I don't really like the way it's tailing out again there. I prefer for it to drop through. Let me see, a stop here at 95. Yeah, maybe this wasn't as clean of a look, but I still think it's possible for the 5. Triggered, wasn't triggered under here. The next bar could possibly trigger under. These will probably be my last trades for the day. And keep it disciplined from here on out. Oh, this Disney did trigger. It did come back, and it did trigger a what do you call it? An ad right here. It should drop. The 8 on the 5 is now at 85.18, so I think it's okay to move my stop to break even on that. Basically the pivot. Could have gotten ad here. That's a beautiful bar. 5 more seconds. Ideally it closes that way. My stop is basically over that pivot at 20. My stop is at 22 or something. Alright, let this thing run. And so I have that pivot support if it breaks above, which it shouldn't be able to. Because in a downtrend you get what? Lower highs and lower lows. So if this was able to break above, that's not a lower high. So also trailing this 8 MA. This thing should go. That's a nice drop right there. Beautiful. Probably locking the whole number now. 52. Just above this. 52, whole number. We'll be back, y'all. This part closed nice and strong. Wiped out almost like 4 green bars. But it's not getting that follow through. Hopefully what it's doing is testing this 8 and catching onto that 8. That'd be the best case scenario, but if this thing just comes back up, that'd be the worst case scenario. But my stop is at break even, so we're chilling. Yeah, I don't like how that didn't follow through, to be honest. My stop could be at 21. It's at 22. Ooh, Square just gave back a huge amount. I'll probably trail to this pivot at 51.98. A cent above, because the 20 is dropping below it. It should have followed through. 51.98. Five lots, 51.98. Got the 200 dropping or 20 dropping below, the 8 dropping below. It should follow through. It's not following through. This thing's gone flat. But my stop is above the pivot. It's not trending as nicely as I wanted to. But we can't lose money either way, so just let it do its thing. The one thing that might go wrong here is my stop is below the 200, but honestly I don't care right now because this bar I was expecting better follow through, and I'm basically locking in this pivot, which it shouldn't even be able to break because I'm trading again with the downtrend. A downtrend should not be able to take out the prior high. A downtrend should stay below this high, make a lower high, you know? So it's valid to have the stop above that. But I'm saying that might be a little intricacy that might make this trade fail, but still work. Like, it might nick me out, but it might still trigger and still drop from that point, is what I'm trying to say. This is back at the 20. So it's a moment of truth right here. Also back at this 8. What this thing needs to do is trigger and drop. I could possibly get an ad going. The last 2 lots I could probably add on this. On the next bar, if it triggers below. And then I'll probably just move my stop to the top, which will probably be an event stop. Break-even stop probably will be there too. Hopefully it holds though, otherwise this downtrend will be over officially. I need to see 85 to get in on this. The moment of truth, y'all. If I get 85, I'm adding on the last 2 lots. On the pullback color change. You know how it goes. Pullback color change. That did not trigger. This might stop me out. Disney just got stopped out. And Square just got stopped out. Square minus what was it? No, Square plus 41. Trailed out. Disney plus like $3. Basically break even. Trailing out at break even. Yeah, it looks like this is breaking the 20. So trade's over anyways. Alright, let's have one last look before I stop today. Look, this still might go. So if I come back and see that at 11 o'clock that this did indeed not break the 20, that might be a little intricacy I have to, you know, adapt to, because I am stopping out right at the help with the 200. But again, this was such a smooth drop, such a smooth pullback, such a smooth drop that, like, Honestly, was expecting follow through, got no follow through, wiped out. Took out the pivot high. I mean, your last source of help is this 200, but I got nicked out just right before it, so maybe that was my fault. See if there's any trades on other stocks. Apple. So Apple seems to have held this, rising 20 on the 5, and is going up now. The 2 is pretty messy though. AMD's messy, no trade. AXP, the trade was there at the open, it's not there now. Baba also going kind of sideways. CVX had some bullish momentum, triggered here, but now it's just messy. Disney, I did take a short here. Poke below the lows, didn't really get much follow through. I was expecting for this to go crazy right here. That would have been super nice. But I just basically broke even. An ad here would have been nice. But yeah, this is a place where you don't use event stop. You use max stop. And that might be why this trade might go without me, because I didn't use a max stop. I got nicked out right before the 200 could help me. But at least I know. So JPM also pretty messy. What JPM triggered was off this 15-minute high right here, or 15-minute pullback right here. Technically, it first triggered over here. Got no follow through. Double dips on your ass. It triggers off the 20. Bouncing off this 200. Did that double dip? 69, 73. Oh yeah, that definitely double dipped. So if these lower time frames could start trending, cashing on the 20, on the 2, what would that look like? Price trades below this. 20 is declining. Price pulls back. I'd be looking to get in on that break and retest. JPM, Merck had a good uptrend going. Something nice would have been here. Something ideal. Price trades here. That would have looked really nice. Above 50% off the rising 20. Probably holding this 8-2. That wasn't the case. S-Bucks. S-Bucks had a really nice downtrend going. Like this was really nice. This part was really nice. Could have taken the color change here. If not, a later entry. You get the bounce right here. Color change, stop, drop. Technically, that's a new low. Could take profits. Now it's trading above the 20, so that trend is over. Oh yeah, you got the support right there. Pretty heavy level of support right there. Square. We were trying to milk a downtrend, but this thing just got messy. On the 5 though, this could still potentially drop. That's looking like a nice pullback on the 5. We see it triggers here initially. And Where did I enter? Exactly. 52.22. 52.22. Where did I enter? Here. On this tail bar, I think. No, not that tail bar. Was it here? Yeah, it was there. Right here. This one. Had my stop above. It came real close to stopping out. 26. I had my stop at 27, I think. Oh no, I had it at 38. Wait, 38. Oh yeah. Then it came. That's where I had my stop. Yeah. 1 cent away from stopping out. This could trigger on the 5. Overall, it's in a downtrend. This one would have triggered at 71. This one would have triggered at 85. This one would have triggered at 91. And the current bar would trigger under at 96. Disney is getting pretty messy. UAL is trading up now. Not going to take a trade on Apple. No on AMD. Nope on AXP. Baba. Let's see Baba. Has room to drop on the higher time frame. Drop, gap fill. Triggers under the low. Could drop, but this whole thing was an uptrend. 50% is here. If it holds this 20 MA, it could potentially go up. But now that this is trading below, I could see it potentially dropping. The only issue here is this 5, so if I get a break below and the price starts trading below, I'll wait for the time frames to align and find a trade on the 2-minute then. CVX. This is a pretty decent uptrend here. Split that in half. Could trigger off this 20. Looks like Disney might be going without us. All because we stopped out before the 20, the 200. That's the lesson for today. Oh, JPM looks like it has the most momentum though. What do we want again? Trading below, trading below. We want a price to trade below here, 20 to drop. Get the pullback and we'll enter on that first pullback. Merc, S-Bucks, Square. Square did trigger on this 5 right here. 5204, 5192. That's how much? 14-cent bar. Enter at 91, stop at 05. Yeah, but the time frames aren't aligned now. This is triggering. It is the higher time frame, but 2-minute is now like putting in a potential halt on the other side of the 20. Now obviously you want to listen to the higher time frame, but why not just trade a stock where all time frames align? UAL 15 is in a location where you can short, but both the 2 and 5 are trading up. So I like JPM. So this might be the last trade I look for. I need price to trade below this, break below, 20 come down, come back, retest, and I get that trade. Because this is trading below, this is trading below. 15 is definitely bearish and triggering a short up here. 1 hour is trading below the 20. So this will probably be my last thing for the day. And I'll be back if it triggers. No, it's not triggering the way we wanted it to trigger. I was hoping for more of a drop here so that 20 could decline. But I was also open to getting a trade on here, even though it's back into this support, just because it's would be halting both the 5 and 2 minute 20. You can see it never triggers. Here, 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 or here. So yeah, Apple is actually trending though. Now that you look at it, that's off the 8 for sure. See the pullback here, trigger the trade. I guess here over the top. You could call that a trigger. AXP. Oh, looks like AXP is triggering again. Look at the 5. Price is getting tight. Triggers under. Stop here. Baba. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with Baba. CVX, we did say that this could possibly trigger off that 20. I don't know what's up with this 20. It's not smooth, but it did trigger. Disney, Disney is got some momentum out of nowhere. JPM is potentially dropping. Oh, S-Bucks. Momentum out of nowhere. Think I'll look to trade Disney. This looks the best. You get equal lows here, basically. Remember our trade here, it did go a bit, didn't follow through. This big old red bar should have followed through, but it didn't. Equal highs, basically got taken out here. So it's looking good. Broke the 5 here, trading above these MAs. The 1 hour location is really good to go long actually, off this 8 and 200. So I'll be waiting for a pullback on the 2 minute. This will be the last trade for the day. Wow. Starting that grind. Which has a lot of space on the 1 hour to move. Free to go. Free to go. Free to go. First entry was here. Second entry was potentially here. With the stop here. It's barely trading above that, but it's trading above that. Entry at 77. Stop at 57. 20 cents. Could have gotten a fat position on that. 77.57, yeah. 20 cents, and if this thing grinds all the way up, you're making a lot of money. AMD. Looks like all things are going up now. It does look like everything's going up. Square held 20. It's going right into this 20 though. This one has room, a bit of room. I would say the best one is Disney. If you could actually come back gently, this might actually trigger off the 8. And go. Honestly, I want it at the 20. AMD actually doesn't even look too bad. Triggered here, so it might trigger off this 8 again. The MAs are looking parallel. This has room to move. This is trading above. This 1 hour 8 though. That could be problematic. Apple looks like it's breaking down now. Could look for a potential entry on AMD. $101.70. Probably want my stop around there. Or 65. Potential entry here in 10 seconds at 98. If it triggers, I'll put 3 lots with the max loss. Max loss entry. Or maybe 98. 98 with the stop. Max loss 25. 73. Maybe 4 lots with the max loss. If it triggers at 98. Let's see. If I put 4 lots at 98, I could have my stop at 73. Last trade of the day. I technically won the last 2 trades, so we're back at 100. 4 lots at 98. I'm seeing 91s, and it's dropping through. GG. This one then triggers over at 94. Did I just see 94? Damn, that slippage. That's fine though. Plus 4 at 101.96. Pullback color change, rising 8. Plus 200. Max stop. 96 minus 25. 71. So our stop will be at 71. Let this thing do its thing. This has room to go. This as well. The issue here might be the rising 8 or declining 8 on the 1 hour. And maybe that whole number. If it's able to close above this high, right here, I will probably just move my stop to like the pivot or even break even here or like here. Square looks good to trigger off this 8. It's able to take out this. It could go like that. Stop here. It's a pretty tight stop. Disney, wow. So Disney did go off the 8. Right here, stop here. That did go. This looks so good on the 1 hour. I feel like this could continue for the rest of the day on the 1 hour. Y'all see that? Red bar, color change, about to trigger on the 1 hour. That thing looks good to go. Square. Apple. Never actually broke. CVX going off now. Everything's heading up now. Disney, wow. Had the most momentum. I was looking for a pullback to the 20, but looks like it held the 8. So, gotta believe in the 8. This thing should follow through. Remember when Disney, we moved the stop here? This thing could have gone way differently. You see this big bar could have followed through, and because I stopped out right before the help, I would have probably regretted it. So I gotta practice and just enforce the discipline of using the help to my advantage. And in this case, right now, even though I could tighten this up, it's still in an area where it could possibly pull back and test that 200. But again, I'm not going to move my stop until I get a 2-bar break above that. Right now, Price only broke above 1 and now it's coming back, so I need to close above 18. Well, shoot, I just missed an ad. That color change. I was chilling on my phone. I missed an ad there though. Because I could have added there. Move this right under at 96. All of these lots are break even. So I could just add more risk while milking this thing up. And it would have already got 1-to-1. You look at this. That thing damn near got 1-to-1 already in one bar. And it was a 07 entry at 19, stop at 6. So that's a 26-cent bar or something like that. 19 plus, no, 23-cent bar. So that would have been another 4 lots. And then I trail my stop up here to break even. And I'm just milking that thing. But yeah, there's no reason why we should lose money on this now. Actually got to close above the high, so technically I have profit taking rights. Boom. Barely though. But yeah. Wow, Disney got some nice extension on that one. That was nice. Boom, 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 3 bars. We missed an ad on AMD. Honestly, could have added there when it pulled back. 18, it pulled back to 18. Could have put 4 lots at 18. And we would have milked this thing. It did get a bit of follow through. We missed an ad, but I did the calculations. If I added here 4 lots, my approximately average price would be around 102.08, around this line, this prior resistance. And I could have just let that chill. 8 lots chill at break even. Why? Because it's under the 8. It's respecting the 8 right now. So I'm inclined to just keep adding at the 8. But if it breaks the 8, I'll probably get out. Hopefully this thing stays tiny and I get an ad right here. Otherwise I could get an ad at 43, 44 with the stop at 23. 44 minus 23. We'll see though. I think I could go off of this. If the next bar triggers over the top here, it's only a 10-cent bar. I'm going to add all my size on, the rest of my size on. 5 lots at 33. 5 lots at 33. Let's see. Psych. Basically, it technically did trigger, but it triggered too fast. I didn't even get to enter, and now it's rejecting, so I guess I'm safe from that. Probably should get out on the break of the 8, but Now the 20 is climbing up. 20 might save me. And I can't even lose money, so maybe wait for this 8 and 20 to hold. See if I get an ad there. Prior resistance becomes support. This thing might actually be triggering right here. 20-cent bar. Right here. Let's see what it does. 35. I want my average price to be 14 then. So if I get a trigger over this, you know, and I have to put my stop up, it'll be right under this bar. If this one's green, yeah, I don't think it's triggering. It's falling back too far. So I think it might test at 20. Let me just do the calculations. 35 minus 14. If I add 4 lots on. Oh shoot. 35. It triggers at 35. And my stop would be at 14. So I'm locking in 18 cents. Okay, I'd probably add 3 lots then, not 4. But it's not triggering anyways. I need to see 35 to enter. It's not even a violent pullback, so I don't even know if I should get out right before the 20. Or is that dumb? It's probably dumb. But I am giving up a fat amount of profits if I do that. It's getting sloppy, but the 20 is exactly where I want it now. At this prior resistance. It needs to hold that support. Could potentially add 3 lots here off this 20. If it triggers over the top. Oh shoot. At 30. At 30. 3 lots potentially. Or maybe 2. Okay, maybe 2. I don't want to move my stop up too high. I added at 28. Now my average price on 6 slots. Average plus 6 at 102.07. pullback color change. This thing should continue higher. Right now, I just have my stop sitting below the pivot. I mean, I could have it at 102.10, but my break even is 102.07, so just have it at break even, basically in the same zone. Ideally, this triggers on the 5 as well in the next minute. It needs to trade over 35. Let's see if it triggers on the 5 as well at 35. Not sure. Yeah, it needs to trigger at 35 to trigger off that 5-minute 8. Let's see what it's doing off this 8. Oh, it's trapped a little bit. Just waiting now, I guess. If I move my stop to 10, 18, 28. Ideally, I want an add at 28 so that I have 6 lots perfect and I have a stop right at 102.10. This one's setting up the perfect add for me. So if the next bar triggers over at 28, I'll take it. One more lot. But if it doesn't, then I'm gonna just take it now right now. Probably at 102.10. It's not, it didn't get the follow through I wanted. This will be the last trade for the day. It did go a little bit. I didn't take profits though. Here. Got the new high. Hopefully it goes here, man. It'll potentially give us a big day here. Looking for an add at 28. The last lot. But just go ahead and add right there. Tail bar, good location. So I calculated perfectly so that my stop could be right under these. If it does come back down, it's a proper invalidation point. And I made it so that my average price is the break-even price. So this is a free trade. Everything that goes up from here is profit for me. So ideally, we're gonna let this thing run. I don't like the way it's tailing already. That's kind of sad. The high here was 102.48. This thing poked 102.48, and it's already tailing. So that was sad. My last ad came on this tail bar right here, and it tried to get follow through. But the way that bar is closing, it needs to close high, otherwise I'm gonna be devastated. But I'm gonna just let this thing do its thing. Potential big day today. There was another ad possible here. The color changed. I could have put the last two lots I have left available here. The stop here, but my break even would probably be down here. So I would probably have just left it at break even below the 20. Just let this thing run. Okay, this is terrible, y'all. I'm getting out of the. Accidentally added. Meant to get out. Oh my god, what a mess. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. That is hotkey failure. That was terrible. That bar is way too violent. I'm not gonna let it get all the way down here. That was dumb. I was trying to get out, but I accidentally added, and I tried to get out, and I accidentally went short at the end. That bar is way too violent, man. Like, really? I got out at 3s. I probably could have saved some and got out here. Dang. I think my bitch ass just got played. For real. That's sad. I had the perfect position going. Had I waited for the 20 MA break, which it never broke, I would have been able to move my stop here. That's frustrating. Minus 24. I could potentially add there. I mean, it triggered again. This for sure is the last trade. Because we just got played. That's sad, bro. That's sad. I got played. That position was perfect. That's why sometimes I just need to sit back and... This thing was violent, but it didn't even break the 20. So I should have waited a bit more. Got out too early. But it triggered again, so I'm in. Off the 20 MA. Bro, that thing would have been so beautiful. Average price 102.10. This thing is at 70. 60 cents. 4 lots. 7 lots. 420. Now I only have 4 lots and my average price is later. Like, bruh. My stop is at 2024. Man, I got played for real. AMA is chilling here. This bar looks so violent. But it wasn't all that after it closed. I can't really judge this off of a new high because this already got a new high. Technically. But like, barely. So I think the way I'm gonna judge this is if I get 2 to 1. So right now I'm risking 25 cents. If I get the whole number 103, then I'll move my stop to break even. There's a way I could reduce risk right now, which is trailing under the big bar. Under this one, 43. That's a way I could reduce risk. I don't know how to judge this, bro, because I technically have a new high right here. But like my entry is so close to the new high. It's like I don't really make anything. So that's why I want to wait till at least 103 before deciding to move my stop. But yeah, I could go under this big bar. There is a high right here. Technically, I'm above that. Or at least 1 to 1. 1 to 1, I need at least 75 or 80. Oh, I did get 75 already on this bar. It is a bit frustrating the way that this moved. So here is the old high. Poked above, I would have expected follow through. Instead, I get a violent bar, wiping out this. Basically, all of the follow through that I got from this. And so, of course, I'm like, yo, that's too violent. Man, I stop out just for it to hold the 20 and go. And now I have a worse position. Still risking money. I could break even. I have 1 to 1. I technically have the new high, I would say. If you count this, or if you count this, either way, I have a new high. So I could take profits, but like it's only 28 cents because the entry is so close to the high. But I guess we could make it a free trade. Looks to not even be coming close to the 8, so, or the 20. So I might just lock in break even. Lock in the new high or the old high as well. Y'all, I got both the 3 or the 5 and the 8 MA on this. And to be honest, it's kind of looking like it's respecting the 5. So when this 5 breaks, I might just get out. But I mean, I have a break-even stop right now. Can't even lose money. And the 20 is above it, along with the 5-minute 8. So hopefully this thing keeps going. It might break right now. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, man. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, chill. Yo, yo. Yo, chill, 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 chill. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, chill. Chill, Bill. Yo, 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 yo. I'm gonna take 2 lots out on the break it at 5. Break it at 5. Shit, that broke a lot. I should have just bar by bar. Now I'm giving up like all of it. The 5 in May is basically bar by bar. Bar by bar by bar by bar by bar by bar. So honestly, I should have taken it out at 0289. But let's see if this is holding the 8. What's good? What's good with you? Hold that 8, bro. For real. Time to build the position back up. Come on. No, don't want to trigger. Yo, I might trigger. I want my stop at 72. Oh my god! What did I get filled at? 96. Oh shit, the highs. The highs of it. Just gonna move my stop to break even. Let it chill there. +2 at 102.96. +6 average at 102.66. Stop for all. Sitting at break even. Bro, this thing is about to get 103.10 in 10 cents. And that would have given me $1 on this. On 7 lots. If I just sat and let it do its thing. $700. I was down like 50 bucks. I'd be up 6 something for the day. Put my stop here at 72. Event stop. Oh shoot, yo! I just stopped out. Don't tell me it's doing the same thing again. Violent drop to the 20 for no reason, just for it to pull back. Bro, I think I'm gonna call it a day, bruh. Why? Because it's freaking 10 o'clock. Like, when do I ever trade to 10 o'clock? Crazy ass guy. So that was, what was that? Minus 100. I think that was a $38 trade. Yeah. minus 38 or plus 38. Man, yeah, this thing could just grind up the rest of the day. Okay, I'm gonna chill here. If this triggers, I'm taking it because it's a setup that I take every single time off this 20. But if it doesn't, sit out for the day. 56. Stop will be at 56. Entry will be at 71. 100 divided by 15. 6 lots on that. Moment of truth though is, does it break the 20? Or will it pull back? Moment of truth on the next bar. Six lots at 71 for the last trade of the day. If it triggers over the high, I'm taking it. If it breaks below, forget about it. I need 71 to take this trade. Last trade of the day. Either big winner or break even for the day. I'm not even going to scroll and look to the other charts because I don't want to take any trades after this. Alright, it looks like it's, yeah, that for sure looks like it's breaking below. Unless it pulls up mega hard right now. But entry would be at 71, stop at 50. That'd be 5 lots instead of 7. If it pulls up mega hard right now. Alright, that's definitely looking like a break right there. We'll wait the last 15 seconds to see if the next bar trades under 44. And at that point, we'll stop for the day. I don't even like this anymore. If it triggers over the top, you should have held it like this and this. Like this. Like this. And this was holding the 8 pretty strong. Now it's trading below, so I don't like that. Let's see if it trades under 45. So it looks like this is potentially triggering, but I don't like it because he traded below already. On a 3-minute, it might look clean. That looks pretty clean on the 3-minute, to be honest. Pull back, pull back, pull back. And your entry's at 66. But that's the issue on the 2-minute. Might take this trade off the 3-minute. It's holding the 20 pretty well. 5 lots at 68. Psych. Two minutes just messy. Here it goes again. 68. Last trade of the day with a stop at 51. Real tight stop. This one's on a 3-minute pullback color change. Very tight stop. This one has a pretty tight stop. If it could close over 103, I'll move my stop to break even. Right here. But if not, we're taking the L. Entry 69, stop at 51. So that's an 18-cent stop on 5 lots. Yeah, taking L. We'll be back. Moment of truth right here. Will it hold or break? 2 minutes probably messy. I try to go to 3 minutes to justify the trade, but I mean it did set up on the 3, but I just don't know. Because the 2 minute is setting this up. On the other hand. So I'd be pretty lucky if this goes. But it doesn't. So we stop out. Minus $95. Today should have been a way bigger day. I mean, I don't know how we caught this, but weren't able to make money. It's pretty dumb. It's this bar right here that faked my ass out. Should have waited for the 20 because I had a really good position going. It should have been go big or go home. I went small. I got faked out by this tiny thing. It looked big before, but it wasn't big. Because look what it did after. Got to that whole number basically that I wanted, which gave me 90 cents. Or, yeah, around 90 cents. 7 lots. And I had a losing trade, which was like $100. No, I was down like $60. So I could have been up today 570, but we got a break-even day. Maybe a losing day with fees. Yeah, low-key a losing day with fees and everything. But I'm done. I gotta go do work, bro. Alright. No open orders. Nothing. Peace out.